I'm sorry, y'all. A hater, one of these companies that I'm not speaking on. Matter of fact, I'm gonna say it. YouTube, okay? Because my podcast should be on YouTube, but YouTube hurt me. Okay, when I came in this game 10 years ago, they blocked my videos, just how some of these social media sites did. Okay, and it's still doing. Block my videos so I won't get the positive word out to people. However, once you show me who you are, I no longer want to deal with you. And that's just what it is. Even though my podcast still goes on YouTube. They sent down a video just now, sent down a thingy, which caused me to try to get rid of it and clicked off my podcast. So I had to, get back in. So this is part 2. As I was saying, God will give you more than you can bear because he needs you to drop to your knees and realize who's in control. Because you're not in control. And that's what people fail to realize. You're only in control when you have the knowledge to be in control. I'm going to say it again. You're only in control when you have the knowledge to be in control. And that comes with everything. Business, jobs, life. This is why we say read the Bible and you will get a better understanding of what God needs for us. The universe is tired. We have to learn how to make the correct decisions. Jesus is tired. When I came into this game 10 years ago, this music game, and this is why they called me in. Okay? And pretty much, I'm not going to say they forced me, but they felt a need for my knowledge, the knowledge that I have, to give to you guys to help the next generation and the next generation. Because it's a never-ending cycle. But if more people knew how to deviate from destruction, it makes it a lot easier on Jesus Christ. Makes it a lot easier on God. I have a photo, a video on one of my pages. I don't know what page it's on. Okay, I got so many, it's unreal, especially on Facebook. I got so many pages. I've been like, I forgot about this one. It was a picture or video, I don't know, where a man was using dope. He was about to shoot up. He was in a chair. And Jesus Christ jumped in the chair to protect him. And, that picture told me that Jesus was tired. That's what I got out of that picture. Because after that, Jesus fell over, I believe. If I remember the video correct or the picture correct, the picture's correct. Y'all take it for granted and y'all do all this negative activity because y'all say, okay, Jesus saves. But Jesus was also a human being. Just like you and I. And if you get tired, you think Jesus is not tired? They say Jesus is coming back. I believe he is too. But he got to get up the oomph. Because you people is just like out of this world with it. You know, y'all just be doing all kind of things. And he's like, oh my God, y'all got to help me. So God has called on him, some of his warriors, his strongest warriors, to help Jesus Christ. Don't take it for granted that Jesus is always going to save. Because he's tired. And so when you get to God, he makes the final decision. Because God don't save. If he don't like you, and he feel like you just totally against him, he will cast you down. It's in the Bible. He did it to the devil. Satan, Lucifer, was an angel. And he wasn't acting right. And he said, okay, well, you know what? Get out my house. Get out my house. And don't come back. And I stand on that. And he meant every word he said. You better get your own crew. Because you ain't rocking with my crew. Because we good over here. Then the devil went out there and started picking up his own crew. Well, y'all, I ain't going to tell y'all that I'm here to kill and steal and destroy. Because I need y'all souls. But I'll make it look godly for a little while. And then I'll destroy. If I destroy you, I could attack a couple of people in your family because they're weak. That's how the devil thinks. But that's when you supposed to say, oh no, you might have got that one. But you ain't got me. And I'm going to pray until God hears me and come down and get rid of you. That was his instructions. If you bow before me, I will grant you what you need. You can't allow the way the devil thinks. And that's the other thing, people say, oh, God is not giving it to you right now because it's not time for it. That's not how God works. If God hasn't given you something, it's because someone is in the midst trying to stop it. Because God says anything that his children ask for, if you are a true Christian, God will give it to you. All of God's pharaohs were rich. All the kings were rich. The prophets, rich. What is rich to y'all? Rich to y'all is having a lot of money. That's not rich. Or maybe it is. Let's say wealthy. Those people, those prophets, kings was wealthy. Because they followed the way what God chose. I saw a pastor this morning say, Jesus didn't have money. He had a lot of bread. And he had a lot of something else he said. Well, Jesus was wealthy. Because if somebody needed bread and all they had was gold, what can bread do? Help you survive. It's not the best thing to survive off of. But if you got a man with gold and you got bread, and he say, well, I just want a little bit of that bread because I'm hungry. I got a piece of gold. I can give you the gold for the bread. And just be like, well, wait a minute. Now, let me see how much bread I got. I mean, this is just a scenario. This is not in the Bible, but this is just a scenario. Let me see how much bread I got. Do I want to split this bread up and give it to you for that piece of gold? Or do I keep my bread so I can continue to survive? Pay attention. Do I keep my bread so I can continue to survive? Or should I give it to him for a piece of gold? You follow me? Who was richer? The person with the gold or the person with the bread? You got to be able to see God's way in order to receive God's blessing. And that's just the way it is. Some of our blessings may be disappointments. Who wants to see their family members on drugs or alcoholic? It's embarrassing. People don't forget. Sometimes they slander you. People talk about you. Then you got those that feel so sorry for you. It's all different type of scenarios of what goes through because you have an addict in your family. And you have to deal with the pain. But I've learned in my life, it's not the way I'm serving God. Me, as an individual. I'm going to be here for them. I'm going to pray for them. But I'm not going to die for them. So when I feel like my stress level, and this is just how I took care of my situation. When I felt like my stress level was through the roof, before I hurt someone or things got real ugly because I have so much pain inside, I will put myself in a peaceful environment, a peaceful state. because all of the pain that I've endured from my negative people and my negative family members need to come out. I need to release it. This is why we have support groups. And you ever heard of that? There's a TV show called Snapped. And they tell you different stories of how people snap because they've put up with the pain for so long to where they will literally snap and kill people because it needs to come out. This is why we have support groups, we have counseling, we have all type of things put on the table in America. I don't know about any place else. I can't talk about no place else. But I know here in America, because I'm an American, we have support groups that will listen and be there. It's like yesterday. I'm at work, and I roll up on a friend, and, he knows my nonprofit, and he knows what I do. I just listen. So I roll up on him, and I said, "How you doing today?" He said, "Oh," and he stopped going. And I was saying to myself, "Go ahead, get it out." I already seen what it was from right there. You was trying to figure out your situation, and you know that you got a situation you got to handle, and it's eating on you, and you need to get it out. So I just stood there and listened. And sometimes that's all it takes. But everybody's so afraid to talk these days and talk about their feelings because they're so afraid of people running, telling their business. I got one of my youngins out here. I know when she wants to talk. Because out of the blue, she hit me up. And it's okay. I'm okay with it. She hit me up. Can we go to the store? Or, what you doing? And I'll just listen. Because that's all she needed, was just somebody to listen and hear her out. Because of what she's going through. And not have to worry about what she's talked about is going to be everywhere because people are judging or her friends are fake or this is the channels that we go through. So it makes it harder for us to overcome certain things. But once you learn to trust God and follow the ways of God, you can talk to him. Say, I don't have no problem. I'll be in my room. I'll be in my car. And if I need to get it out, I'm going to get it out. Jehovah, you hear me? Because you know I'm about to flip my lid. You know me better than I know me. So you already know what point I'm at. So get rid of this. Whatever is ailing me right now, because I can't take it no more. I'm about to snap. And you're love. You're not bad. So I don't want to make you look bad. Because I'm a human being dealing with all these demons. And every time y'all, I'm not trying to tell y'all to, isolate yourselves. But every time you come in contact with a negative being, you're carrying their demons with you. That's why we say don't attach ourselves to everybody. Yeah, and it's a learning process, people. It's a learning process. It's called discipline. See, I watch people before I start hanging out with them, I mean, like a person, I'm like, okay, I see this person. I think I could. But as time go on, you want to see how long it's going to take before you see a person slipping. And if that slipping was a slip that's minute or a slip that's like, oh, hold on, wait a minute. Y'all see that 6-eye? Nope, 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 nope. That's when you want to say, nope, 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 nope. You got to make those decisions. You can't just be dealing with people because you're lonely. Because you don't know what demons they bring in. Like my son, he made a song. There's a demon at your door. What was the lyrics? There's a demon at your door and you open it and let him in. I forget what song it is. But that's the lyrics. There's a demon at your door and you opened it and let him in. I mean, that's just the reality of it. You can't make friends with everybody. You can't be around everybody. When you see people are negative, you stay away from them. That's the way it works. Especially if you already got problems. You don't want to add on top of the problems that you already got, that you're trying to figure out and ask God what to do. When you got people stopping you. Life is not easy. But we got to learn how to conduct ourselves in a better manner when it comes to whatever issues we're going through. Even if it means taking time out to pray. That's something that you should already be doing. We can't control what people do. We can only control ourselves. We were born by ourselves and we're going to die by ourselves. You can't control what others do. My family was one of the worst, okay? At a time, they were one of the worst. And I would pick up and get ghosts. And they used to always tell me, oh, you're wrong. They pointing a finger at me. You're wrong. Why would you do that? Why would you just pick up and take your kids and just go? Because I don't want to be around this. That's why. It's stressing me out. It's making me sick. I got anxiety. Y'all messing with my money. I'm suffering behind it. And I prayed on it and God told me to go. And whatever happens to y'all, happen. Because God appointed me to care for mine. Y'all grown. I need a break to raise mine and deal with whatever issues I have with mine. And sometimes that's just what you have to do. And sometimes the battle is even harder because now you don't have family. But it's like you didn't have family anyway because they wasn't doing right anyway. I mean, only thing, once in a blue, you can call them up and say, hey, can you pick up my kid? Or what you doing? Can you watch my kid? Yeah, I got a few dollars to give you. Now, I'm just talking about my life. Okay? I'm not the only one out here. I'm not the only one that's going through it. There's probably 1 billion people going through it. Addiction is the worst possible thing in this world. And it's not just in America, it's all around the world. We had addictions in the Bible. And that's what God needs us to see. The key factor is discipline. I got to stop eating chicken. It wasn't that hard for me, y'all, because I really didn't eat it that much anyway. Once a week, I ate mainly seafood and fish anyway. But the devil thought that because I said I'm no longer eating chicken, he thought I was one of them addicts for it. He thought I wasn't disciplined enough. I'm walking around, people opening up plates with fried, crispy chicken wings. I'm seeing chicken bones on the floor. And the devil said, yeah, she gonna go and get her some chicken so she can get high cholesterol and maybe even some bacterias. Oh yeah, she gonna spend that money for that chicken, even if I make it $20. But the devil didn't get me. You know why? Because not only did I understand what God was teaching me throughout the process, my discipline is really, really powerful. I tell people every day, they say, well, why you don't stop smoking? Because I don't want to. When I'm ready, I will stop. Am I asking you when you going to stop smoking weed? When you going to stop drinking? Is your discipline strong enough to let it go? Because I let marijuana go 22 years ago. And drinking maybe I've been here for 7 years in Charlotte. I would say maybe 10 years. Maybe longer than that. I may take a glass of champagne every now and then. Glass of wine. Just because y'all see me buy it don't mean I'm drinking it. When somebody come to visit, you would like a glass of wine? Sure, let's get one. I learned to save it. Just like Jesus was saving his bread. I can get broke. And the person outside like, I can't get to the store to get me a bottle of wine. And I be like, hey, hold on. I got one. How much you willing to pay for it? How bad do you need it? Do you follow me? So this is where discipline comes in at. And our family that's addicts, they didn't have that discipline. So what you have to do is build your discipline, stay away from the things that they was engaging in, and then you might be the one that saved their lives because you holding on strong. Just ask God what you want me to do. Do you need me to go for a while so I can get my brains together? Or do you want me to battle this? And how you want me to battle this? Go into support groups. Go get counseling. Be able to talk it out. Do y'all know how many people that know my business and I walk the streets at work, out here in my community, where people just stop me and want to talk? And that's all they want to do is just get it out. But unfortunately, North Carolina is not equipped to help you guys with that type of therapy where you could just call up and say, I need to see a therapist as soon as possible, and you got to be put on a waiting list. Who's waiting to get some stuff out of you? I could be dead by then. Or being snapped. So, I called North Carolina the drama state. Nobody listens. Nobody can go get help. So it leads to drama. Their whole design is drama. And it's not because the people are bad. It's the way it's designed. See, I be out here talking to my kids. And they come to me and they say, how? And I'll tell them in a minute. Nope, that ain't right. You know that ain't right. You shouldn't be doing that. They be like, you're right, Miss Jackie. Yep. If your parents didn't tell you, I'm going to tell you. It ain't right. Don't go down that path. I'll see you later. Some kids, they'll hear it over and over in their head. Some may not. And they're being snapped. Snapping could be a million and one things. It could be someone snapping to hurt someone. It could be someone snapping to hurt themselves. It could be someone snapping to use drugs. So I just pray for them all. And y'all get a chance, y'all listen to my song, Your World, Your Choices. Shout out to Canada. Y'all are still playing that song, and, I get the numbers. I get to see. And I try to tell people, I own my business, so I get to see who's playing my songs. But they're still playing that song you know. And because they get it. They get it. Sometimes you in such a deep situation and you're not making the right decisions and you just need someone to pray for you. Every day I leave my house, I pray. I pray for everyone that's attached to me. Until they learn to pray for themselves. And not only pray for themselves and others. I will tell you, if you're going through some things and you need major help and you living in North Carolina, this is not the state for you. And I'm just going to give it to you 100. Y'all know how I do. I always tell the truth. Sometimes the truth hurts. They don't have acquired services to help certain situations. Because they feel like it's not a situation. But they don't know what people are going through on the inside or the outside. They just get the negative impacts of the robberies, the murders, the people that unsnapped. You know, this person used to be like this and now they're crazy, you know. That's what they get, those numbers. Or what about the numbers of, well, we had this amount of people that had major mental health and they are doing wonderful, great right now. And every now and again we might see them. And what about those numbers? This person has been doing well and has evolved. And what about those numbers? So, you know, y'all have to take the bitter with the sweet here in North Carolina. And I know it. I see it. I'm living it right along with y'all. But when it comes to y'all family members and them being out there and it's hurting and you tossing and turning and because you attached to that person, you got to give it to God. Because there's no help here. You got to give it to God. You got to pray about it and leave it there. Don't wear that burden. You know, I'm going to make a hoodie. I'll make a hoodie. You know, y'all better not steal it. I'm saying it first. It's Miss JJ Diamond. I'm going to make a hoodie and I'm going to put on the back of the hoodie, I'm still carrying burdens. When all I had to do was give it to God. It's not saying that you're less than anybody. It's just saying that you don't understand how to give it to God and let it go and love you. Love you first. Well, God always comes first. But besides God, you have to love you first. You can't let other people's misery take you down. And that's just what it is. Because you have to live. It's painful. You got to deal with your own drama, you know, because people create drama. You go out into the world and there's always somebody creating nonsense. From the drivers on the road, so when you step in a store, at work, then you might have the bill collectors calling. It's always some drama. And then now you got the burdens of your family. That's enough to make a person snap. Your kids going through it. That's why I tackle every battle head on as soon as I get it. You're not going to linger this battle on because we're going to end it. You're not going to stress me out. You're not going to have me drinking. You're not going to have me on drugs. You're not going to do this to me. You know why? Because God says He'll handle it. You don't have to carry the burden on your back. Because God will handle it. All you got to do is tell Him about it. And ask Him how to proceed. And He will give you the signs. And when He give you those signs, it may turn out to be a victory. See, sometimes we use the devil to win. He would destroy and we will rebuild. You see how it's done? God will be slapping him around while you rebuilding the building. And plop, plop, plop. Get out of here. I told you don't touch my people. I had a soldier on it. I got this. And you go and find some other people to try to manipulate and have their minds all messed up and have them drinking and getting high. You go deal with them. Because this right here, this is mine. This is my area. And that's just how you have to look at it, people. God is powerful. God is real. I've seen him move mountains. I've seen him save my life several times. In all forms. I'm not going to sit here and tell y'all all the stories because y'all know the stories already. You either hear them in my podcast or you can read it in a book. It's not hidden secrets. My life has been public since I was 12 years old. From addiction. I lost my grandmother at 9. From alcohol addiction. Her liver was shriveled up from the alcohol eaten at the liver. He said she didn't even have one. 56 years old. My grandmother took care of me. I knew nobody else. I knew I had a mother, but I would see her every now and again and say, hey. My grandma was my mom. But she died. And see, that's the things you got to also think about, too. You out here destroying yourself. Is there anyone capable, especially if you have children, to protect those that you brought in this world? That's what keeps me strong. That's what keeps me from busting a person upside the head or just shooting a person because they made me mad. Because I think about my children. Because I know the people that's in place is not able and capable of raising a child the appropriate way. so my soul wouldn't rest. So I'm not going to do anything to stop myself. How can I put it? I said it wrong. I'm sorry. I'm not going to do something that's going to put myself in jeopardy of putting that other being in jeopardy because someone else is making mistakes and I feel like I can't handle it no longer. I'm going to ask God to open my eyes and I'm going to find another way. They will get their destruction. Once I gave it to God, He already deemed it. Okay? So, you let it go. You give it to God and you let it go. And that's how it works. When I wake up every morning, I'm going to tell y'all, 2 weeks before Christmas, I got sick. I don't know what I had. I caught something at that job of mine. They always giving us something. But anyway, I got sick. And got up. And everybody know, I very rarely take off of work. I don't, if I that's not me. Any job can tell you that. I'm going to work because I need a full paycheck. That's just what it is. Okay? That's who Jackie is. We don't play around with the monies. Because I got people calling, I need this because I done spent up all my money. What you spend your money on? Well, you know, and I got to hear the stories. So I got to cash app this one, or Western Union this one, and this and this and this and that. So I can't afford to miss no money. Well, God said this particular day, you're not going. And I felt it. I walked to the car and I said, I can't do this today. I just can't do it. I had a fever. And I knew it. I said, something ain't right. I got a fever. God said, not today. You're not doing it. So I came back upstairs and I did what I had to do so I could take off of work. Go to the doctor, and the doctor said you got a temperature, but I don't know what you got. You ain't got COVID, you ain't got the flu. And I'm like, what in the world? So I'm praying because I don't know if this is some new something that done came out that's killing people or what. You know what I mean? So I'm like, oh no, I caught something out here. God, I've been praying, telling you, asking you. And then start praying again. I said, I ain't gonna worry about it. I'm just gonna lay here and try to sleep and get better. Well, 48 hours, I was better. I still had a little cough or whatever. You know? I used his ways and got myself right. But the point that I'm trying to make is God will let you know. Okay? He's gonna always give you warnings. All you got to do is make the right decision. And we learned that by failures. That's why they say a failure should never be a disappointment. And the reason being is because you get a learning experience throughout it. So you still won. You know, well, if I would have did it this way, the outcome wouldn't be this, and I wouldn't have this on my back, and I wouldn't blah, 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 blah. Just like with my car situation the other day. When my car's getting old, I have to break down and buy a new car. This is just what it is. Okay, I was trying not to, but this is what it is. The car got old. It has to run a while because it's cold. So now I know I got to get up an extra half an hour early, run downstairs, heat up my car before I go to work. Because if I don't, it ain't going to run right. That's what God showed me. Ain't no more getting in this car, turning the ignition, and taking off. You ain't going to do it. So you got to make a decision. Are you going to buy a new car? Because this one is shot. And you like to go. You on speed mode. You can't be on speed mode with this thing. He had to show me that. So even though I didn't get to go where I needed to go at that moment, it was failed. Because I had to make another decision and reroute. But I still won. You know why I won? Because God let me know that I can't be on speed mode. It's cold. Your car is old. And you need to buy a new car. That is the bottom line. So until you get a new car, you're going to have to come out here until it get warm again and start to crank this thing up, let it run, which is going to cost me gas that I don't have money for and gas is going up. Oh, yeah, we getting a new car. That's just where my theory is right now. We getting a new car because I just can't. I'm losing money. So even though I went through something, I had a learning experience. And I seen that I need to get a new car. Ain't no more holding on to this thing. You ain't going to keep putting money into this thing. Somebody already done told you that. So for you to try to put more money into it, you would be a fool because they already told you that and God telling you that too. Follow the instructions. If the signs are there, follow the instructions. It's simple. If you have a family member that's an addict, there's nothing you can possibly do. Because it's not you. You can only control you. And what you do. You give it to God. You pray for them. You seek help for yourself. So it won't eat at you. Because that's the key. Making sure it don't beat you down. You know, they got this saying where there's always that one person that's always running around taking care of everybody else. And they always die first because they taking care of everybody else. I've learned that that's not the way to go. You can still take care of everybody else while taking care of you first. And the way you do that is through prayer, through knowledge, by teaching. Some will get it, some won't. And that's just the way it works. This is Miss JJ Diamond, Jackie Deja, whatever y'all call me. I love y'all. I'll talk to y'all soon. Y'all have a wonderful weekend.